Johnson. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Green Bay Packers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Hurts. His throw incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. That's complete to Treylon Burks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go. Check.
A first down carry for Henry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Ready? Check pass, check pass.
Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd and 7. Hurts. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. First carry of the game for Hassan Haskins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A pivot and a give to Henry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Hurts to throw. And it's caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Come on, set! Red, cycle! Hurry, hurry!
Love, they go play action now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole that leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go again to Jones. And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Love now. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On 1st and 10, Love. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, this defense for the Titans, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Right. Field, black. Ball red. Ready?
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. And he fires one incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. To throw now. Here's Love. He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 14. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing. Love. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They go play action with Hurts. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Under pressure, they got him again. Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
1st down, Love to pass. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Packers at 500, sitting at 5-5. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Titans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They begin with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Henry again on second down. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Ready.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
70.
Inside handoff, Henry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Hurts. And that's incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 4th down, Mike Vrabel says, let's get 3 out of this. He sends on the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Love fires the out route and completes it to Harris.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Let's go.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, Love. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
A loss of 5 brings up 2nd and 15 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake, Love. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Going for the deep ball. And now here's another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
On the double.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Chigakakwo, 27 yards. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On third down, here's Jones.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Let's go. Charge.
Love to throw for it on 4th. And he's got his target, Harris. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
I think they might have surprised him there, partner, because you try and guard the first down line first and foremost to stop them there, and they just went ahead and bypassed that in a big way and took a big shot downfield.
First down going to the air with Love. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 39, Love. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 39 yards. And the Packers get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now down to 20. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Extra point forthcoming. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Titans 34, Packers 7.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession. And that's caught inside the 30. And it's a Packers touchdown. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now down to 20. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
And finding the tight end Hooper. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 18 more yards there and another 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Chase Claypool. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Titans get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
14.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Love now to pass on first down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Love looking to throw it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Love from the gun. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action this time with Love. Sliding out of the pocket. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Come on, set. Blue strike.
On 4th down, Love. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Down.
Now Jones. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Jones. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Stop short of the goal line. A 2-yard gain. It's now 4th and
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go.
Now receiver in motion left. Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones from a yard out. And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, an all-out battle on 4th and goal, offense versus defense, and the offense won it.
And I'm just wondering what was going through the minds of the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Were they playing the run too much? Were they not focused that the whole playbook was open in that situation? Give the offensive guys a lot of credit. I just wonder what the defensive guys were thinking.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
52 blaster. Red.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On now is the Titans punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .21 yards. Well done on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
when they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Love going to give this one to Jones.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Christian Fulton.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Touchdown! A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point right down the middle, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Again, help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games at a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Point after try forthcoming. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Titans 48, Packers 28.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Let's go now.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Ready up. Field, black. Solid red. Set up.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. A check down here to Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
1st down, Love to pass. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Love. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 3rd down, Love. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On the double. No. Slide through.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive as they try to finish things off in this fourth quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 78 yards on the ground now for Henry. He's got a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this